So really, we have discussed about the benefits of an IoT office organizations of some benefits which it has been organized for like some kind of a technology such as instrumentation, SCADA, assist management, and CMMS in that way, and so on. Also, we went through some other six categories and democratization of investments and new business opportunities, safe and more productive work, process and behavior monitoring, and some have other three has been not completed at a stage session. So yeah, I'll complete today, I hope. Yeah. Coming to the first thing of an which in the six categories. In the past, they have been in this democratization. So in the past, they have built. Wait a minute. In that old of days, they have been inbuilt some kind of their own elastic on. They have spreaded their own spended. They have been spended some kind of money, time, and everything by their own itself, and they have tested their own algorithms. So they bought up some kind of an algorithms and they have tested in their days with their own efforts and own of thoughts mainly. And then later they come to know that it has to be inbuilt in also in the marketing with the cheap not a cheap also with the low cost and plug and play access and to be they for they wish to become it has to be implemented in the outer range also not only from themselves. So they have some kind of an own thoughts and with their own help itself they have developed some kind of an algorithms in this way. So by these of creating of this such kind of an algorithms, they has been brought up to a new marketing which is pre-built engines. So and also the two things they have mentioned very particularly, which was a low cost and a plug and play access, which it is needed to monitor to specific types of markets, facilities, and the sister classes, etc. So by democratizing these things, they have also made the statement it was being accessible for accessible for everyone, not for big spenders also. So in the aspects what I have whatever they have been provided just before the two things which it was a low cost and a plug and play access. So in this two only you come to know that like they feel to spend their algorithms and like whatever the subject they have, whatever they have been inbuilt it. So they want to share this thing with not only for a business of aspects, but also for just like them. They want to also make sure that it has to be helpful to the various members for so in that way only they have got up with a low cost into the market. So and this they have also made like mentioned the specific statement which was it is accessible for the only it is accessible for everyone, not for a spend like a big spenders and a big organizations and a high of a business kinds. So in that way and in this way they have customized some kind of a software market, and it is not for the only big spenders, but it's also for everybody. They come to know they have been access. So these it is nothing but in the earlier days they have implemented some kind of an algorithms with their own time and money and the thoughts and etc. So with this thing they come to know that it has to be also inbuilt with more of a other of a step which was marketing these algorithms and marketing their thoughts. So in that process they have mentioned the two valid they have passed some kind of a statements which was a it will be send it sorry it will be it will be implemented with a low cost and a plug and play access. So in that way they have monitored these types to the markets and facilities and some assets classes also. And by these they are accessible to everyone, but not just only for a big spenders also. And that way, they're gonna be affordable to build IoT deputies in a traditional consulting and by the customizing software market. The second thing was a new business opportunities. In the name itself, you come to know the product really mean. So this thing has been brought up by the International Data Cooperation. It explains that it is all about a predicting of an emergency of the digital transformation. Okay, it is all about it predicting of an emergency of a digital transformation and also like the DX economy. So in that way, like a dot com, you know the dot com, right? Like if whatever if something is a business line, they use this called dot com also that way. And this has been implemented this has been implemented in the earlier stages of a 99 sorry late st- late stages of a 1919 and the 20 and ideally it is 2020s. So till from them to from here they have been bought up this thing. And yeah, dot com is the basic form you can really identify what is really meaning this way. And next thing was and it had created a newly opportunities also. Never previously it has been really happened. So this dot com and several business aspects also has bought up with the same line thing and with their like individually businesses in the different sectors. They bought this thing to be at one point, which was a dot com. And with these, they have came within so much of an opportunities, just like Endeavor before it really happened. So after that, they have gathered and they have emerged into the fields, which was two field they have been more concentrated, which was algorithms and programmable, which is a products and services. And they have mentioned this also thing in the four of a mentioned democratic analysis. You want to also include this cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and a smart utility grades. These three things, and for like the fields they have been concentrated for the firstly was algorithms and programmatic. So in this way, it's like a languages and a machine learning things and etc. And then they have benefited a lot, and they have benefited a lot. Just like they have known these things called they have benefited by collecting the customers' review, like in the way feedback. We also say that, and then later, by using of this data to develop the new and forward-looking innovations, and they have discovered and they have delivered a new value to the customers. Just like an example, Tesla, if you take, it has been bought up with an IoT application of some kind, which is an automatic driving and self-driving capabilities, and it has been went very, very well and successfully without any misleads. So in that way. So firstly, these new business opportunities, firstly these international data corruption had been came up just to predicting the emergence of a digital transformation, just like a dot com. So this revolution has been started in the earliestly of the 1990s and lately in the 1990s and early in the 2000s. And then later they have been created some kind of a various of a new kind of a job opportunities. And then later they have gathered with they have bought up with the fields which was algorithmic and programmable, which is these two. And they have also mentioned this. Then come forward, they're gonna be having is just like a cloud computing and artificial intelligence and also smart utility grid. And these has been benefited and more by using of an IoT, which it collects and computer like it collects and also the not only the feedback but also by the review format also like a format softwarely. They have collected these kind of reviews and the offline online feedbacks. So in that way, they have been look forwarding also for more of an innovations to be delivered and also to discover of a newly. And yeah, just like the Tesla we just as it is before. it has implemented in a great way, and it also helping the next generations, and also they're gonna implement some more hard. And yeah, these internet what no, no, no. The data so yeah. So it is all about new opportunities where they are predicting the emergency of a digital transformation, like in a .com. So it has been started in the late of the 1990s and early of the 2000s. So yeah, these has been brought up with a newly opportunities just like never before. They have been gathered in, with an emergency field, sorry, emerging the field which was algorithmic and programmable, and then they have been a future of in scope for, and also they have a future scope of of a cloud computing and artificial intelligence, smart grid, strategic grids, and then they have been brought up with a so beneficial way by using these two, which was a algorithms and programmable. So with this, they have come to know that they have to move forward by looking for more innovations and to discover to deliver a valuable customers. Just like an example, Tesla, it has been brought up with the two major applications, which is an automatic driving and self-driving capabilities and automatic driving and etc. things upon a maintenance. So, and this where the new business opportunities has been looked at. Savior and more productive work. Internet guys. Coming to the next thing, which is it is safer and more productive work. So the IoT has been changed the overall workplace. Firstly, it has created a new jobs and tasks and skills for a person to be a master. And then the digital literacy and data analysis will take increasingly the importance. And the IoT will be overall improve the productivity. So just as in robotics has been eliminated like from the physical task. So and then later they have been responsible for some critical task. So by the enabling of a person to spend more upon finding operational insights, they have been rather than concentrated upon collecting on transforming or processing the data. This IoT has been also helped us to be a bridge the general divide, like a general generational divide, and by providing the way to transfer these experience, they have been engaged in some kind of a work to be a millions, and it has been focused of a more on identifying the new ways to help the functional areas to be delivered the best output. So these IoT has been improved the safety of our workplaces, and then by correlating some kind of a sensors and environmental data over the time. And it has been brought up with a new, better understanding past events to be mitigate the future risks. So, like yeah, with just like an example, they have been took in within a robotics. So in the future, it doesn't get to be a savior thing. It is also a bit of a failure thing. So it's going to be obviously risk our life with the robotics. So in that way, whatever they have been implemented at the stages of a starting, just like a robots and automations. So in these, they have got up a major of a damage. So they have been also took conditions that not to be get to be repeated and the repetitive mental task responsible. So yeah, it is savior and productive work because if it be not got to be over the savior, then they got have been responsible and they have eliminated this thing called robotics, repetitively physical task for more. And then they have also focused on to help with the functional areas and to deliver the best outputs. The next thing was process and behavior monitoring. In the customer facing market, these IoT behavior has been tracking the very with of a real near real time marketing, and however these industry also has been benefits for tracking the people's and process behavior. So yeah, in the consumer facing market, these behavior has been able to tracking the within a near real time marketing, and however these industry also has been became the some kind of a benefit for from the tracking people's and process behavior. So these IoTs customer feedback and users data has been provided an insight to into the customer preferences, and that will enable the traditional industries to be develop a new business opportunities. So this behavior tracking enables this business to improve the employees' efficiency and productivity. Okay, these behavior tracking has been concentrated upon to be improve the employees' efficiency and productivity, and this is being expect the IoT to be a real time data of on injuries or absence or incidents or near misses or illnesses, etc. Things they gonna really so they want to identify this kind of things from like a real time data. Like if you take this example, just like our smartwatch, it is also it is also a application of an IoT, right? So the smartwatch, whatever you keep, so it's gonna take readings of our heartbeat and blood pressure and so on, some walking steps, etc., then according to the health. So it gonna like it collects the data on real time, right? So in the same way, it is all about. So like, I couldn't say exactly, but it is a type of an example I could mention. So yeah, it will make some kind of an identification and isolation of for health and safety and environment issues more timely and to be effective. So if we consider some kind of an example of a tracking, click. So consider for an example of tracking a clicks and eye movement of a critical human machine interface, which we shortly said to be HMI. So well commonly used in this was a website design. So let's consider some kind of an example of tracking of clicks and clicking the eye movement on a critical human mission interface, which is shortly said to be HMI. And while of these commonly used by the website design, these data could be also enable the designers to improve the usefulness to interface and to improving the user efficiency and reducing the errors. So these production defects and accidents with our defects and accidents. So consider this example, then the tracking of a clicks and eye movement of a critical human eye interfaces. So while using this, so while commonly this using this in this website design, so these data would be also enable the designers to improve and useful of interfaces and by improving the user efficiency and it reduces the errors also. This it reduces the risk also when the productivity defects and like if you see these web design has been developed just because of a design to enable the improvements of a useful interface only, just like some accidents and etc. And in the near real time, these data also enables the supervisors to identify stressed or complicated operators and to adjust their workload to be a manageable level, like lowering the likelihood that the operator will fail to notice the warning signs or to make an error that contributes to an abnormal event of occurring. So yeah, it will be identified to be stressed or figure out to be operators and to adjust their workload to a manageable level. So these lowering of this likelihood between operator is between fail to notice the warning signs or to make up some kind of an error to be contributors to be abnormal event occurring. So in the real time, these data also enables to be to identify the stressed or some kind of an operators to adjust their workload to be a manageable level, and by lowering this likelihood this gonna be operator will fail the notice or the warning signs to be error of a contributors of a abnormal event occurring, right? So yeah, and then later next thing was when a quality problems has been arise. So these abnormal events going to be occur. So by tracking the people or the processes which provides traceability, which is tracking, which is right, location tracking. You need to be a connected accountability. You need to be conducting the root cause analysis and to identify the operational solutions. So when the quality of the problems has been arise. So these events going to be occur from half the tracking of a people and process and provides the trackability and to operate the accountability. And you need for conducting of a root cause analysis and to identify the appropriate solutions. And then next later process of resource optimization. Okay. These IoT has been enabled with a big data analysis, which it provides to be a several new avenues to improve the operational efficiencies. It majorly the work of it is to help the boost the bottom line. Okay, wherever if it is if any of the processes which is having a bottom of a line with in the way of a ready to near to failure, then it's gonna be get to be boosted. So in that way. And these Fine. In this we have some things in between to be additionally it read the data, and it is a resource planning, product life cycle management, which is shortly said to be product life cycle management and manufacturing execution, supplier relationship management systems, and of IoT events or our facilities operation with its suppliers and customers, and it improves the load forecasting and production schedule. Wait a minute. Production schedule and it is also
ఒకరు కూడా
ముగ్గురు ఉన్నారు, ఒకళ్ళు లెఫ్ట్ అవుతున్నారు, వస్తున్నారు. ఇంకా ఆప్ చేయను.
ల్యాప్టాప్ కావాలా? ఆ లింక్ తో జాయిన్ అవ్వు. నీకు పంపించిన లింక్
మొన్న ఎప్పుడు పంపావు?
నేను నీ ఫోన్ కి
పర్సనల్ గ్రూప్ లో పంపినా కాకపోతే
ల్యాప్టాప్ కావాలి, అందులో జాయిన్ అవ్వాలి. గ్రూప్ ఏమి ఎండ్ చేయను. ఆ లింక్ లో జాయిన్ అయిపోయినా అనుకో,
థర్స్డే
ఆ రోజు అదే నీకే వస్తుంది. ఎలా చేసుకో.
లీవ్ అవ్వాలి నేను.
లీవ్ ఒక్కళ్ళు ఎలా చేసుకున్నాను.
నేను ఎలా చూసుకోవాలా?
చెప్పి ఎవరు
సాకెట్ ఫోన్ లేకపోతే ఇవ్వకపోయారు. So yeah. Yeah, the first thing was resource planning, right? So resource planning, it is just like a process which it determine like how business will allocate the resources in a project, just like some assigning some kind of a task to the individual based skills and availability. Just like a project managers will be have some kind of resources, right? So they're gonna plan and they're gonna make sure that they are using some kind of a resources and the members of a team then effectively. So it is all about the processing of determining how the businesses will be allocate the resources in a project. Okay. So it is all about the process which will determine the how businesses will allocate the resources in an project. Okay. It is all about how business will be allocate the resources in a project. It's like assigning some kind of a task to an individual based of the skills and availability. Okay. And the next thing was, like if you ask what it is all of a process of an identifying, estimating, and allocating the resources which it needs to be successfully complete a project of a program or an entity. So there is a 4 steps in it, which is defining these steps. We're going to use the planning. First thing was a preparing of an inventory of more resources. Second thing was evaluation of terms, which was availability for that development. The third thing was it plans the whatever the plan they have been mentioned in the second step. So sorry, the first step, the preparation. So with that, in the third step, they're gonna plan the whole process of our resources. And the fourth thing was they're gonna have the conversation of our resources. Basically, yeah, the steps of this resource planning was to identification and to inventory of our resources and developing in a planning structure with a proper technology, and it's gonna be compare the resources plans to with an overall national development plans. So the three stages, which was identifying and the inventory of resources and evaluating and a planning structure with an appropriate technology skill and institution setup for an implementing of a resources development. The element of these resources planning was capacity planning, demand forecasting, and accountability. The next thing was product recycle management, which is shortly said to be PLM. So this is a strategic process actually. It managing the complete journey of a product from initial ideation and the development services and etc. of whole processes. So it is used first to manage a product and it is associated with a data through all the stages of a product life cycle. So while offer this primary usage only by the design itself, and it's gonna be has some working teams which is a CAD data and a PLM system. It provides some kind of a visibility into the product design, the process for all business stakeholders. So So these PLM software has been used to control and track the changes in a product from the design stage and to the eventually withdrawn from a market. So generally, these speaking of all these, all product development teams can use some sort of on a life cycle management system. So it is basically it is used for all product. This software is used for the all product development teams. These being used like companies like or like out of even like propelled helicopter, etc. The PLN has been introduced by the Otto Klickner in the year 1931, which was New York Advertising Management, and it is developed by the also himself Otto Klickner. Uh, it has a more easier management integration and collaboration. It is all about PLM. So the PLM is a product life cycle management, which is a strategic software which it enables a geographically of a disparate and multidisciplinary teams to collaborate internally. So these is a strategic process of managing the complete journey of a product from initial creation and development service process. And it is being used to manage a product which it is associated with some kind of a data of through several stages, which is simply said to be a product cell life cycle. So yeah, it is these software has been used by all product development teams, and it is introduced in the year of 1931, which is the man called Otto Lipner, and also developed by himself itself. If you ask what is the future of PLM, then it is all about more and easier management to fulfill integration and collaboration. The models of a PLM is an integrated data business approach to be a collaborative of a creation and management and information throughout the extended interface. So if the PLM of, architecture is in a process which is carefully planned often a product which from its inspection and it is the ultimate of thing. There are several phases towards it, which was a development, introduction, growth, maturity, or also certificate stability and a design processes. And next thing was manufacturing. Next thing was manufacturing execution, right? Okay. Manufacturing execution system. It is a software which is designed to optimize some manufacturing processes, and the work of it is to be a monitoring, tracking, documenting, and the controlling the entire production of life cycle. So this improves the quality of a control and it increases while also by reducing the inventory of a cost and etc. things. And this is they like who uses this execution is all we can say that answer is all industries use this execution. Okay, all industries use this applications across overall every industries use this. So there are the several steps of to manufacturing, which is to be develop a product vision and to research the vision, design the product, finalize and designing it, testing the protocol, and manufacturing this product and getting to the feedback of this to do more testings and then like official releasing. Okay. Once again, I'm repeating these steps of manufacturing. It is developing the product vision. It develops the product vision and it researches the vision and it designs the product, finalize and it designs it and it tests the protocol and also manufacturing of the protocol and get to be a feedback after all this protocol testings and etc. And then they do more testing if it anything really needed. And then later the big thing which is called the official release. And the four steps of a majorly they follow for a manufacturing process is all of casting, modeling, machining, joining, shearing, and forming. So the layer of these was is a functional layer between the business planning and the logistics. So the processes of controlling persistence in a manufacturing. By using of real time of an workflow visibility, flexibility, they're gonna be this technology gonna help the decision makers to be improve the more efficiency and quality. Then and the next thing was supplier relationship management. Supplier relationship management. So yeah, these supplier relationship management, it is a systematic approach to be it evaluates and it when often a vendors that supply the goods, materials, services of an organization. So simply it is determining the each supplier contribution of a success and by developing the strategies to improve their own kind of an experiences. Okay. Okay, it is all about a business initiative that for many companies will undertake and to build a mutually beneficial relationship between the suppliers. So the four things of these, so four types of a supply relationship was by the market, ongoing relationship, partnership, strategic alliance, and backward integration. So the role of a SRM is that it is an approach of evaluating a vendors to supply the goods materials to an organization. That's it. It improves the performances by involving through it. If you ask what is a cycle, it is a cycle of an onboarding and ongoing of monitoring and evaluation. It is responsible for all those involved of organizations to be and functionally be cycled within a monitoring and implementing the responsibility. The benefits of SRM was is to be it reduces the cost of goods and services by improving the quality and innovation. So it can help to build and maintain the relationship with strategic suppliers. So these relationships can provide the organizations to be with the competitive advantages. So the activities of SRM is it is a product sourcing manager contact info, and these SRM have great performance of a criteria. Is all about SRM, guys. The SRM is it is all of business entity, which it the many companies would be undertake these to build mutually beneficial relationships and within suppliers. So there is a four types of an SRM. SRM, which was to buy the market, ongoing relationship and partnership and strategic alliance and backward of integration. So if you ask what is the role of an SRM, it is a systematic approach often to evaluating vendors to supply the goods and materials and services to an organization. So with this, the contribution to success by developing and improving the performances. So benefits of an SRM is it reduces the cost of a goods or services and improves the quality and also it improves the innovation. These whatever they have mentioned here, the resources from some kind of an IoT. These are everything has their own kind of individuality of a monitoring and controlling the things. It all the role of all is all about it is a monitoring, and the other it have a different ways to scheduling one, to processing one, to take caring of whole processes, everything. So with these, we can conclude that it is monitoring of an each thing with a different of areas and old applications. And then later tomorrow we'll discuss the next thing which is called and there was also some kind of a points I'll discuss tomorrow. So and second thing was a decision making thing. Tomorrow we'll discuss the decision making thing. Anything else?